Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our last May Mission Month service. And we just have been taking a moment in our service during the course of May to speak to some of our mission partners. And I have two of them with us today to share about who they are and what they've been up to and their roles. And we're going to have a bit of a chat, and we hope it fills you all in as to what they do in Jesus' name in Japan. So welcome, Steve and Sandra. It's great to have you with us. Yeah, it'll just probably be good just to kind of introduce who you are and what you do and what your roles are. So either one of you can go first.
We're CMS missionaries, so we work with the Church Missionary Society, which is a mission organisation based in Australia that sends missionaries out to different parts of the world. CMS doesn't actually have work overseas. They send people to works overseas. So we have another group that we work with here in Japan called TEAM, the Evangelical Alliance Mission. We've been working with them now for 24 years. The anniversary was just the other day, the 24 years that we first came here. And yeah, we've been with this group for that whole period of time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, our roles are a bit different. My role has changed in the last 12 months, where I'm actually the leader of Team Japan now. Team has has about 40 different areas of the world, and I'm in charge of the Japan area, so one of those 40 now. I've been on the leadership team for quite a while, but yeah, last year I took over that role. So my job now is to help missionaries in their ministries and also in their personal development and professional development, to see empowered to do what they came here to do. I've been doing that kind of thing from an administrative level for years, and I'm still doing that too. But now I get to go a lot deeper into why missionaries are here and what their passion is. And that's my passion, is to see their passion realized and to be able to move systems and structures to make them fit our missionaries rather than our missionaries trying to fit our structures, and so that they're free to be able to do what God sent them here to do. And it's a real privilege to be able to do that.
Awesome. Thank you. And Sandra?
Yeah, my role is basically, first and foremost, is mum and wife, and it hasn't changed, although the kids have grown up a little bit. They've been doing online schoolings since March, I think. And the year is coming to an end in June, and so they'll be finishing up that soon. With the summer ahead, we're still wondering about what's happening. Other things that I'm involved in is with the retreat centre that our mission has in Japan, and I've been doing some things from home, like getting paintings, and I'm just about finished a patchwork chair, kind of sewing that up, and just being here at home as a support to Stephen.
Awesome.
Awesome. The other one, was there one more thing? Yes, I'm also on a committee that runs the guest house, which has been closed for the last couple of months. But yeah, we're helping out with the cleaners and organising things there.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. I just be good to know for us, on the other side of the world, kind of, what challenges and opportunities you've found in this particularly difficult COVID-19 season in your ministries.
And go ahead.
Personally, when we first heard that Qantas wasn't going to be flying, straight away I thought about my mum. It's like, if something happens to my mum or other family members? There was this feeling of being trapped. In a way, it was the first thing this was back in March.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit hard to deal with, but it didn't. It's still, the thought of it is hard, but The big thing that took over though was being thankful to be able to be here. We weren't here in 2011. We were actually on home assignment in Australia when the triple disasters happened with the tsunami and the radiation problem and the earthquakes. And it was really hard not being here. It was hard not being with the people that we love, the people we're ministering to. Our life is here. So that was quickly taken over by just an assurance of our calling here. And like Sandra and I had to talk about it for a little while. We didn't have to talk about it for very long, but it was just a great way of double checking, yeah, this is where God wanted us to be. And so the general challenges, I think Australia's been harder than Japan, actually. Japan has this general rule that the government can't force you to do things like all the restrictions that have been placed on Australians. So they've all come out as recommendations. And then that's all been mixed up with the group culture here, that if you're seen doing something that others don't approve, well, that's really bad. So a lot of people have been conforming to some things, but not other things, out of shame. And so it's been really confusing, but it's still been there's been a sense of a lockdown, but there's also this sense of freedom as well. So it's really weird here, incredibly. And so that's created a lot of challenge. There's things that we like doing that we can't do, just the same as Australia. But then I've been able to still come to work. I bicycle to work, and most of the people at work are working from home now by choice. But that was a choice given, not a requirement. But two of the 7 of us are actually here working, which is allowing things to keep moving. But that's been the biggest challenge for me. And of course, not meeting with people, being on electronic all the time. When someone does come to the office, it's like, I've got a real person to talk to. In a way.
Oh, great. Well, did you want to add anything to that, Sandra?
I think it's just the same as anyone else. 24/7 in the same house, and having the kids at home all the time for them, and not being able to mix with the friends. So I like to every now and then just go out, and when I do grocery shopping, it's like, okay, I just have an hour out and get a breath.
A
little bit like that. But there's a lot of noise here. Sorry, with the birds.
That's all right.
There's a lot of positives that have come out, and that we really thankful for some extra contact, or learning how, like, the technical side of things, of doing things on Zoom and so forth.
Did
you want to give Prayer Day as an example?
That's an example. Is that usually the different areas meet together for all the missionaries that all get together once a month. And so for us, we expanded our Tokyo area out to everybody in the whole mission, which includes people up in Nagano and down in Hiroshima area, and places like that. So we've had 30 plus people on Zoom.
Oh, wow.
Having a prayer day, a half a day. We have it, on a Monday once a month. And so that's been really encouraging, isn't it, to see so many, and you don't have as much time as people, but just being able to pray with everyone in the mission has been a great opportunity.
Fantastic.
And for them too, I think, because they're a lot of people are more isolated outside of Tokyo. So.
And the churches that we're involved with here too, like some, it's really stifling, and others, there are extra people coming that wouldn't come, or the people that have come spasmodically are attending more regularly online. Wow. And so that's opening new opportunities and thoughts. There's a radio ministry and television ministry where people are writing letters or emails into them with questions about God more than ever. And so people are at home and they're listening and watching things more. So God's using this time, and we're sort of wondering how can we keep this momentum up when things start going back to how they were. And no doubt that's happening in Australia too, but that's been encouraging.
a lot more Bible studies, people having one-on-one with the missionaries, and
Yeah.
that's
Oh, that's great.
priority.
And what would be helpful for you both in relation to your partner churches here in Australia? How can we do that well at this time?
I think just continued prayer and support, and we feel it all the time. And I think for Stephen now as a leader is that extra responsibility and pressure that they can sometimes have with dealing with people that can put on him and the family. Yeah, we really just can't do without it, and we really appreciate it.
Appreciated that Riverston's been with us for so long, most of those 24 years, actually all of the 24 years. I think you guys were with us right from the beginning, and it's so invaluable. And over those 24 years, like, we used to have dial-up email that just didn't work most of the time.
Yeah.
And now, look, we're actually seeing each other electronically free. Like, it's just gone, it's just changed so much. And to get an email from Marcus saying, hey, can we have an interview? That in itself just showed so much concern and love that we felt very cared for in that. And so sometimes it does feel out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. We know that's not true, and we get reassured that every time we go back to Australia. But these things really help, just this type of contact. Some people just in one-line emails in response to our newsletter, and even that says heaps. It doesn't need to be long. That kind of thing is really helpful. And we also, would love to hear more about what's going on in your world as well. Miss out on so much when we're here. And as far as what's going on and what's going on in Riverston, we don't really know. So hearing bits and pieces about that, it's a two-way relationship, partnership we've got here. And it'd be great if there are ways technology can be used to enhance that. Hopefully it'll be mutually beneficial.
Yeah. Is there anything particular we can be praying for you at this time?
Sandra, like when you are, missionaries are humans too, and so they're struggling in different areas, and there's extra pressures here that you don't have in your home country, with the pressures of family and just husband-wife relationships, singleness, like the same issues that are in Australia with people are here with our missionaries, and we're wanting to be able to help them in the best way that we can, and without the same support structures that they would have in their home countries. And so wisdom to be able to deal with that well. We have resources available for that kind of thing, but we still need to learn how to use them better. And my whole, as I mentioned before, like, we really want to be able to do the best we can in the weaknesses that we have. And I see my role as just being able to encourage people to be able to really focus on why they're here and to do what they came here to do. We want to see Japan transformed. Still less than 0.5% of Japan are Christians. There's so much work to do here.
Yeah.
How can we do it in a way that it will penetrate the souls of Japanese people? That's a huge prayer point in itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got to make the hard decisions too. I don't know. You might not want to share it. Having to ask a missionary couple to leave the field, or things like that can come up. That's really hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just him making the decisions. There's the leadership team.
Yeah.
We had that
gets all the backlash.
We had that happen just a couple of weeks ago, where we had to ask a couple to leave. This just wasn't working for them, and that's been hard. It's been incredibly hard for everyone. So prayer as we continue to transition these people out, and it's not like the next day you don't have a job. It's like you're here in another country and have to work at house at home, and so on. Quite a long was there, and there's a lot of pain in that too. And so yeah, we would really appreciate prayer right now for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
For all the missionaries, there's quite a few that are hurting.
Yeah.
Grieving. I think grieving is the main thing.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say a big thank you, and we'll definitely be praying for you, and grateful to God for you and your willingness to serve in Japan. And we want, we wish you all of God's blessing, and we really thank you for taking this time out to speak to us.
Again, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you, everybody. We just really appreciate being personally involved. So thank you.
Awesome. Thanks.
Okay.